Well, in our last video, we talked about signs, and here's our little Sasha coming. She is, we thought she was going to have babies first. She was due this past Monday. Today's Saturday, and today's April 9th. So Isabel, we thought was later, but you know, I followed the signs that I was told by professionals, veterinarian and breeder who's a vet tech, and they said, feel the ligaments. And I showed that on the last video, right next to the tail. And for a few days, I couldn't really feel them on Isabel, and I thought, she's all right. So yesterday, Friday, I had to drive on a school trip with a bus. We came back and started farm class, and the students came running back here, and they started yelling, there's a baby, there's a baby. And sure enough, it was an exciting day. This little guy was born yesterday. We don't know what time, but he was completely dry. The placenta was gone. The mom had eaten that. And this little guy was walking around already and bouncing around, and he's nursing, and so he had to be several hours old. At that time, it was 3:45 in the afternoon. So it was kind of a shocker, but you know what? It shouldn't have been a shocker. We were comparing this analogy to signs that Jesus is coming. And so all the signs were there. Her ligaments were undetectable, which meant that she was very close to labor. Of course, I did have to go on the trip anyway, but I really didn't think she was going to have the baby that day. I was using my own logic. Her belly wasn't very big like Sasha's, so I thought she was later and maybe her ligaments just didn't show up. Well, you know, that's the way it is with us sometimes. Like, we are so excited, everybody's so excited to welcome this little boy into the world. He's blue-eyed like his mom and dad, has beautiful markings, and so we're excited, and now we're waiting for Sasha to have hers. But we're waiting for Jesus to return too, and we have seen the signs. Now, no man knows the day or the hour. We didn't know the day or the hour. We know that the babies are born 145 to 150 days after conception or after breeding. And so Isabel gave birth 149 days. Now we're watching Sasha very closely. So when her ligaments go soft, I'm going to take it a lot more seriously this time. And I hope I can be here for the birth and record it. But let's all be watching the signs. They're definitely here. The end times are definitely upon us. If you read the book of Daniel and you read the book of Revelation and other scriptures also, we can see that we are very much in the last days, that very soon the Lord will be returning. So if you haven't received him as Lord and Savior, it's so easy. You're a sinner. We all are sinners. We all come short of the glory of God. We've all sinned. We're enemies of God because of our sin, but we have to do is say, forgive me. He already died on the cross and took away the sins of the world, and say, I want you to come into my life, and you'll become a child of God, saved eternally at that moment, and you don't have to worry about his coming. You'll be with him.